And as a matter of fact, he explained that in my way of thinking, to social, related with social insertion, he explained that when people act normally with me, as a matter of fact, I felt that they hurt me very much, acting normally without harming, without saying bad things. But I suffer very much in social interactions normally. Not at all, of course, but he explained that about the divorce and the kids, it was the same what he did. What he did was the same that the justice, the families, the Catholics, the Christian persons were doing with me. And then he said he had the same rights because in a manner they were killing me because they were living without money, without only with accusations and that all the things that my father told me about my kids or about my way of living or my neighbor, the persons that live near me. He explained people that they believe that all the things that they did or they told to me, all people were believing that I put a bad face but nothing else. But he explained them that I suffered so much with all the things that it was very dangerous because if a person felt so deeper the things that other people say, told, that kind of things, it's better to make it evident because the process are running in the heart of the person, and with the time may make a big explosion. And then I was suspicious that it was like a war. And then I began to don't understand what was the connection with the visual system. And I remember that researchers were very were involved with competence, one researchers with another. And every article to be published were very focused in models of visual systems. But the real thing was that researchers have to work a lot and had a very hard work with support from the education institutes. And visual system was one of the researchers' items. But Wolfen decided that computation was more important. Computers, and after training, training dogs. But the real thing is that my dog didn't obey me. He learned a lot of things, but he didn't obey me. He obeyed me more or less. I realized that he learned a lot of knowledge, because he sometimes takes the magazines under its extremities and read some things and began to wanting to appear in internet. And sometimes I'm telling something interesting and he began to speak because he also wanted to appear and didn't support that if I am speaking about suffering, he didn't want that I explain the suffering things, because it's certain that nowadays I'm not suffering, because I am well with my phone, my LG, my magazines, reading my magazines, making exercise with visual system and lights, stimulus of light, and a little of modeling and trying to understand some article of the hundreds of articles I read day by day. Because I wrote some articles, I wrote completely during my scholarship of CONICET, but afterwards I wrote a lot of articles without completing and writing a part of the articles. And then I wanted to edit the book of the 100 and more, because began to 200 notes. But I can't find the phrase of the note 8, and then I can edit my book. And since that year, I can edit the book because I lost the phrase. And it's very similar to the sand and the marks in the sand. There was two persons walking in the sand, leaving marks. But after appeared only one. And it is the Lord, our Lord, take in his arms For that reason, there was only a person.